Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. On today's Matt's World DIY, you may know that I am into the aquarium and fish keeping hobby. I'm going to expand my operation here. So today I want to share with you several items that are really essential if you are getting into the aquarium hobby or fish keeping hobby, or even if you are working on expanding your own setup in your own home. I picked up most of these items off of Amazon, and if you look in the description, you'll see links to those items. What I'll do for you today is go through each of these items one by one, tell you why I purchased it for my own setup, and why potentially it could be beneficial for you to have it in your setup as well. So without any further delay, let's get to it. And this is what I'm striving for: a heavily planted tropical fish aquarium with a variety of tropical fish, a sanded substrate, and a safe ecosystem for my sweet babies. And here's a quick look at the items that I'll be talking about today. Some of these you might find as maybe optional, but I found that they're all very helpful. So one really important thing about keeping a tropical aquarium in a healthy state is to make sure you have the right size aquarium to house the livestock that you're going to have. I like the 20-gallon tank size because I can put a fair amount of fish in there, as well as fill it with all kinds of plants and make a beautiful little ecosystem for my little fish family. I already have a 20-gallon tall tank in the office, but I want to add this 20-gallon long tank because I'd like to have that horizontal distance, that field. I got this 20-gallon long tank from Petco because they were having a 50% off sale. So I figured this was the time to go ahead and get it. So I paid a very reasonable price for this, this tank setup. If you're going to have an aquarium, you absolutely need some sort of filtration. Now, I know that some people will just do plants, and plants are an amazing, I cannot say enough good things about it. They're an amazing way to filter your water for your fish. And I also want to have a little bit of flow in the water, as well as a good device that will give me some practical bacterial and mechanical filtration. This Aquatech filter is good for 10 to 20 gallons, and I already have the same filter in my 20-gallon tall tank. It works great, and I've been very happy with it, so that's why I purchased another one to put in this particular tank. The next thing that I found very helpful in my other 20-gallon tank was getting this Purigen. It's like a water polisher. And I learned about it on YouTube from another YouTuber who does a lot of fish keeping. And it is a premium synthetic filter resin. And what you do is you put it inside of your mechanical filtration thing here. And what it will do is seriously, it polishes the water so clean, so clear, and very fast. So I wanted to make sure I got another one of these for this particular setup because I'm so sold on it, and it's just a very good product. I can't say enough good things about it. And this one little packet here will treat up to 100 gallons of water, and I only have 20, so there you go. And it lasts forever. And it also, I'll keep going on, and it also is a great media for beneficial bacteria to grow in, so that will help your water chemistry as well. Another item to keep in mind if you're keeping tropical fish, especially tropical fish. Now, goldfish, they are cold water fish, so you might not need a thermometer or some sort of temperature control in your tank. But because I'm keeping tropical fish, I got this high top aquarium heater. And what I really like about it is that it has this little knob on the top that allows you to adjust the temperature. And you can see on the picture where it will be in red is what your temperature setting is set at. And I found it to be very reliable, very effective, and super easy to use. I just set it and forget it. Okay, so this is another great item. If anyone wants to have a successful aquarium with happy fish that aren't going to on you, you're going to want to have some way to check your water parameters. So I got these aquarium test strips off of Amazon. Again, links are in the description. It tests 9 different things, and it's all on a test strip. You just dip it in the water, you pull it out, you read the colors on the strip, and it will tell you what your different levels are, like your pH, your nitrites, your nitrates, and all these other things. It's very helpful to have. I recommend that you have this so that you know that your aquarium water is safe for your fish. Another item that I think is an absolute must-have is this air regulator that will regulate the airflow from your air pump into your aquarium. Sometimes if you have an air pump that is too strong, you're going to knock your fish all over the place in the aquarium, and they don't like that, especially your large fin fish like your bettas and even your guppies. They want some sort of circulation or even no circulation, but they don't want too much. If you have that going on, there's a possibility that you could stress the fish out and that type of thing. Also, some of your floater plants, like your red root floaters, that type of plant that's on the surface of the water, if your flow is too high, you can traumatize those plants as well, and you'll find them dissolving and just wilting away and dying. So you don't want to have too harsh of a flow. You don't want to have too harsh of a flow. So these regulators are amazing, and they're super cheap as well. Speaking of airflow, this is the 3rd time I've purchased this particular pump. It's a Pawfly air pump that's rated for up to 20-gallon tanks. And I found that it's very good. It's reasonably quiet. And I say it's the 3rd one because I have one that's pumping in my 20-gallon tall tank. I have one that's pumping in my 5-gallon tank for my little beta pinky. And then I have this one that's going to be in my 20-gallon long. It's a very good pump. I like it. I have nothing bad to say about it. And it's really affordable, under $10. The cool thing about this particular air pump is it comes with your airline tubing already. It also comes with an air stone if you choose to use that. And it also comes with a little valve that allows, if you, so let's say you have power that goes out, it's a backflow valve that will prevent water from leaving your tank and going to your air pump, and then perhaps possibly flooding out your room if you lose power. So this is you have to have these guys. Don't trust that it just won't happen, because the minute you think some disaster is not going to happen, it's going to happen. So use this. I buy these in sets of 3. It's great to have extras on hand, just sitting in a tank, because you can propagate your beneficial bacteria by just having this in the tank. And if you want to start up a new tank, you can easily do that with a seasoned or seeded sponge filter. And sponge filters are not going to push a lot of water all over the place and distress your fish. But what I like to do, because sometimes just having the air tubing going into the sponge filter, you get these real big bubbles that come up and pop, and they make a lot of noise. But I find if you add an air stone to the end of the airline tubing and stick that inside of the sponge filter, you get a much more soothing, smaller bubbles, the small bubbles that are going to come out of this air stone. So it's really relaxing. It's not noisy, and it's, you know, if you want to let's say, for instance, if you're on a Zoom call in your office, you're not going to hear, it's not going to sound like some witch's cauldron in the background bubbling and stuff. It's just going to be a real quiet little sound. I like that this air pump includes the airline tubing and an air stone as well. And like I said, I get these sponge filters in the boxes of 3. That way I always have extra on hand. Something that I'm going to try for the first time is using root tabs in my aquarium, because I am planning on having a very heavily planted tank. And even though some plants, like your floaters or maybe even your guppy grass or whatever that grow in your tank, don't need to be planted into the substrate, there are some plants that will need that. And so I'm going to try these root tabs and put that into my substrate, because I'm not using soil, I'm just using a sand substrate, and there's no nutrients in sand. So this may help them out quite a bit, help the plants out quite a bit. Another item I got because I really want to have some happy, healthy, beautiful, and active guppies. And just feeding them flake food and that type of stuff is not enough. So I went and I bought some Royal Guppy Mignon pellets. It's a very small granule that is easy for the guppy to eat because of their tiny little mouths. And so this is going to be good. I already gave some to the guppies outside and they just ate them up really quickly. I also have some frozen baby brine shrimp that they love to gobble up as well. So these are some good things that'll help promote their growth and their health. When you set up your aquarium, you're really taking a risk if you don't have a cover on top. I'm telling you, I have on my small 5-gallon tank, I had a betta fish in there before, and it has a glass cover that just has a little triangle in the corner that's open so that you can feed. One morning I went in, I was looking for my betta, could not find him, but he was on the floor and he was not responsive, let's say. And I was very upset. I was like, how in the world? But bettas are jumpers, guppies are jumpers. There's all kinds of fish that are jumpers and they will jump out of your tank to go straight to heaven. So if you want to prevent that, get a cover. And I got this, I have the same one for my 20-gallon tall tank in the office, but this one is long enough to cover the full length of the 20-gallon long, and it also has this little extension part that goes in the back that'll cover that, cover up that section as well, and you can cut it in order to fit things like your hang-on back filters, or if you're going to hang plants in the back, that type of thing as well. So I highly recommend getting a cover. I purchased this one from Petco because it was just very convenient for me to pick up both items at the same time, and it's going to be great. I know it. When you have an aquarium and you have fish and you want the fish to be happy, if you have live plants, you want your plants to be happy, you're going to need to have some sort of illumination, have a light. This is a very good light. I got the same one for the 20-gallon tall tank that's in the office, and it comes with, it's full LED, and it comes with controls for, you can set a timer if you want to do different colors, and it has these little arms that you stick into either side of the light so that you can extend it or shorten it so that it fits the right size on top of your tank. And I purchased this off of Amazon because I found that the same purchase in Petco was going to be like double the price, so I didn't want to do that. I'm happy with the one I have. I'm sure this one will perform just as well. Knowing that I was going to have this little guppy operation outside, I went ahead and purchased these little grass mats. Now they're designed to protect your baby fry when they are born or when they're so small, because the adults will eat them if they are either bored or hungry or both or whatever. So what I did was I double stacked them. I don't think you really have to or whatever, but I just wanted to make doubly sure that my little fry were okay. So I double stacked them and I put them in this this container outside into the tub, and I found that the little fry are zipping in and out of in between the grass to get away from the adult females that are in the tank right now. So if you're starting any kind of operation with either guppies or anything else that have your endlers or whatever that you have that may be live bearers, you might want to consider getting this. They're not very expensive, and they will save you a lot of heartache knowing that your little fry have a place to be safe. And this is the final outcome. My fish are super happy and thriving. My plants are doing beautifully. Everything is going just as planned. And please stay tuned because I will have more aquarium videos coming out in the very near future. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and maybe you got some tips that you can use if you're starting up your first aquarium or if you're expanding your aquarium operation like I'm doing here at my house. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out some of my other DIY videos I have on my DIY playlist. Okay, in the meantime, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.